All right, once again, thanks for joining our webinar on hyperlocal content today. It's for IDX Broker, and we're going to show you some stuff to kind of really give your site that edge when you're going against the big boys. And hyperlocal is the way you do it. So first, what does it mean to build a hyperlocal site? You know, it's all over the place these days, but what I've kind of narrowed it down to is hyperlocal has become a buzzword in real estate marketing strategies over the past few years, and with good reason. Hyperlocal marketing involves promoting your business in a very specific geographic area. For instance, focusing on a neighborhood or two in your city versus trying to canvas the entire city. Whether you're in a small town agent or that's forced to help with hyperlocal marketing, or you're a metro agent choosing to focus on hyperlocal marketing, there are many potential benefits to embracing it strategically. By getting specific with your targeting, you are able to focus on a smaller number of time it takes to build a local brand recognition. A smaller area of focus also allows you to get a better handle on what types of people you're marketing to, hyperlocal focus. You can test multiple strategies at once, identify the ones that work well, and scale those strategies by putting more time and effort and budgeting into launching them in a broader area. Now, we did a search here for one of our customers. I used these keywords here, the Eugene Golf Course Homes. We live here in Eugene, Oregon. So in the Google search results, you'll notice the first person that came up here is one of our customers. That's for Oakway Golf Course Real Estate. It's the Galen Haas team. But he's coming in just over Zillow. And you'll notice in the way he's doing that is with SEO. He does a lot of good stuff with his site. The first bearing you'll see here is this is a saved link. So it's going to have a specific geographic area that he's trying to do, a specific golf course. You'll notice he made a name for that he changed the URL, and we'll get back to that a little bit later. And you'll see here is what he did is for this specific golf course, he has an IDX Broker custom subheader. Now, custom subheaders, when Google scans your site for information, it no longer only pulls out keyword phrases it thinks are relevant and pairs them to user queries. Instead, there's an intermediary step. Google interprets the data on your website and begins to form its own conclusions about what your site and business really delivers. Google has become exceptionally sophisticated. As an example, according to Google's own research, deriving meaning from synonyms of keywords accounts for about 70% of searches these days. That means that it doesn't really matter that you use the phrase auto repair shop exactly several times throughout your site. You could use auto repair shop, car repair specialist, vehicle repair facility, etc. On a different pages, and Google should theoretically put those in the exact same category. Therefore, it's far more important to optimize your site for specific meaning rather than a specific phrase. This is why using custom subheaders can add SEO value to your pages. By creating custom subheaders, you can add unique content to your IDX pages, which in turn gets crawled by search engines. Now, what is SEO? Let's kind of break it down a little bit. Search engine optimization. It's the process of affecting visibility of a website or a web page in search engines' organic or unpaid search results, which is important. You're not paying for this. You're doing the work to get up there. And it has a few different components, and we'll go over a couple of those today. So you can do SEO settings for details pages within IDX Broker dashboard. Title, dynamic URLs, and meta tags can tell visitors and search engines more about each individual IDX property's details page. Since there are potentially thousands of details pages, depending on how many active listings your MLS has, this would be a lot of work to customize the title, meta tags, and URL for each page individually. That's where the dynamic SEO settings in the IDX control panel can help. Once the dynamic SEO settings are in place, the title, URL, and meta tags will automatically change depending on the listing displayed on your page. There are several benefits to adding dynamic URLs, title, and meta tags to your details pages. The first is less duplicate content provided to search engines. Search engines are more likely to crawl sites that offer unique web pages. If title and meta tags for IDX property description pages are all alike, the search engines will be less likely to crawl each page. And really, you guys, as real estate agents and brokers and things like that, you guys are already behind the 8 ball because you're getting all of the same data from the MLS. So the whole idea and the name of the game is to make this data stand out and be, Google or be, crawled by Google, more accurately or more times. So more accurate description text for pages that are indexed with search engines. In Google results, the meta description tag provides about 160 characters of descriptive page text. If this text contains the address, the city, the zip, etc., for the listing on the page, the visitor may be more likely to click through the search result. Let me show you what that means here. Meta descriptions. So the meta description tag serves as the function of advertising copy. It draws readers to a website from the search engine results page and thus is an extremely important part of search marketing. Crafting a readable, compelling description using important keywords can improve the click-through rate on any given web page. To maximize click-through rates on search engine results pages, it's important to note that Google and other search engines bold keywords in that description when they match search queries. So here's your meta description here, and you'll notice Balboa Park, anything that was in the keywords is going to be bolded there, so it kind of shows them this is what it's about. Now, meta tag keywords allows you to provide additional text for crawler-based search engines to index along with the rest of what you've written on your site. One way to use the meta tag keywords tag is to emphasize a particular word or phrase in the main body of your text. For example, if you own a website all about plaid pants and want to reinforce the word tartan, then what you would want to do is have the word sprinkled liberally throughout your web copy and also insert it into your meta keywords. You're also going to want to create keyword-specific URLs for saved links, and that's what I was showing you on the Galen Hawes one, where it was in his URL. You'll notice right here, you can also do that. When you create a saved link within IDX Broker, you're able to add specific keywords to your URLs in order to let Google know what your page is all about. You could set a custom page title, link URL, and set custom meta tags for this unique set of search results. You can also add a subheader to this page to make it even more unique and engaging. You can add this later if you want to simply save this link for now. And within that subheader, you can do lots of cool things. You can add JavaScript. You can link to different videos and blogs, and it's pretty open-ended there, and you can get pretty creative with it. It's a really good thing. Now, in this webinar, they also wanted us to go over the map search widget a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and create a map search widget. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to log into this sales demo. If you go to idxbroker.com, and in the top right-hand corner, you can click Login, and you can try out the demo. The username and password are both identical. It's IDX demo, all lowercase, all one word. I'll give you a second to go ahead and log in if you wanted to. I'm on a little bit different side of it. I'm on the sales demo, so you're not going to see exactly what I'm saying, but you could follow along. It gives you a better understanding of how it works. So to create a map search widget, we would go into the designs portion, and then underneath here in the sub navigation, you see these different links. We're going to go ahead and select widgets, and then create. Now it's going to ask us to select the type of widget. From the list here, there's slideshow, showcase, but for this demo, we're going to go ahead and select map search. Now down here, it's going to give you your options. You can make it mobile responsive or not. You can just call this demo webinar. Give it a unique name. It asks you to select the property type. You can have residential, commercial, whatever you like. Since you made this responsive, it's going to have the automatic width and height there. And it's going to ask you for a couple other fields, like what you want to set this to. So let's go ahead and set the low price to $1, and this to $50 million. And then you can select what type of map you want to display: road map, satellite, hybrid. Let's go ahead and do a hybrid. The default zoom, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I'm going to go ahead and use an address here. You can do it by longitude, latitude if you'd like, but this is our offices here. 101 West Broadway, 97401. Then we're going to go ahead and generate. And if it worked, you're going to see success here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and build the widget. You can either, this is the other part of it. You can have the map pin clustering enabled or disabled. Now, if we enable the map pin clustering, you're going to notice when we preview the widget, they're nice little clusters here, and these green circles represent that. So if you see the 18 here, we click, it zooms in and explodes them out. Get you little clusters here and get you, if you have a building here, get you the stuff within the building or individual properties, whatever they may be. Now, if we go ahead and close this, I'm going to show you back if we have to go back to widgets and then manage. And we'll go back into the window or the widget we just created. Demo webinar here. So if we wanted to edit that, we would go in here and we click Edit Widget. And now we can go ahead and choose to disable the map pin clustering. I'm going to show you what that looks like real fast. Now we're on the demo webinar. And now if you click the magnifying glass next to it, you'll be able to see it. And without the pin clustering, you'll notice each individual property. So with the map widget, or with the list pin clustering, it allows you to get up to 500 properties on one page. And you'll notice here without them clustered, it only allows you to have 50 properties on per page. So that's a really cool part of actually creating that widget. And it looks like this here. If you have a theme that utilizes it on the front page, like this one here, it's the prime location theme from Agent Evolution. The widget automatically plugs into it and it looks really nice. Oops. The last thing I wanted to share, one more thing I wanted to show you is how to create actual neighborhood pages. Let me get into my screen here real quick. Okay, so we're going to go back over here to the IDX Broker dashboard. And up here at the top, you'll see the blue buttons, of course, the main navigation. And what I need to do is select Preferences, and we're going to create a saved link. It's the best way to create a neighborhood page. So Saved Links, Create. So now you can create a neighborhood page based off a lot of different things, advanced search page, a Polygon map, map search, whatever. I'm going to teach you two different ways. I'm going to show you first the Polygon. And if you have IDX Broker Platinum accounts, you'll be able to use this Polygon. And here we are over Eugene, Oregon, home. You'll notice if I wanted to take the Polygon here, this allows you to get a street level, or this is a radius. So if you wanted to, have a certain amount, you'll be able to do it that way. And delete that there. So let's just say we wanted to live no farther than the I-5 east. We want to kind of stay out of the campus area there. But we do like this area here. So what we can do is we can create a predefined search. And now anything within this area that we predefined would be the only things that displays properties. Select your MLS. Again, we'll make this pretty broad. Not a lot of $10 million properties here, but just in case. So now here's the SEO settings we went over earlier. Page title. Let's go webinar. Community. Sure hope I spelled that right. Okay, and this is where you can put your meta tags description. You can choose to have them or not. Meta tags, keywords. And you can have them or not because you might be using something else, some other kind of plugin that does this for you, and it may actually require you to turn them off. So we leave that open for you guys. Link settings. And then your custom subheader, what we were talking about earlier, where you can put all that, that information in there about there. You can turn off what you see is what you get, on or off. HTML you can put in there. You can even assign to an agent if you have agents that are working within your office. So we're going to go ahead and save and create another link. Actually, we're going to go back into that save link and manage and show you what it looks like real fast. Webinar community, there we are. Let's preview that link. So there's 12 search results within that area. And you'll see just that Polygon map area that we just created. And here's those results. Now, also keep in mind that if you ever had a property that's one of your featured listings that matches the criteria of the search, it'll always put yours to the top of that list. Create a red icon on your properties. Kind of gives you guys a little bit of extra exposure over the rest of the properties on the MLS. Now, I'm going to show you one more way to go ahead and build a communities page. We're going to go in here to Preferences again, Save Links, and Create. There's a little bit more to it than this one. So if you went in there and you wanted to create one by, let's say, your advanced search page, this is where you can get the most detailed. Now you'll notice here, this is all the basic information, the stuff that comes in by default. Everything above these two, reset and view results and new windows button. Everything underneath here is going to be your advanced search fields. Now there's only 10 or 12 in there right now. Area, zoning, subdivision, etc. But if we wanted to go ahead and we don't want to create a base save link or a neighborhood page based off those. We need more stuff in there. So what we're going to go do is we're going to go back into our designs page or our designs button, and we're going to choose pages. Now that whole page that we were looking at is based off this advanced search page. So what you're going to want to do is, if you needed more fields in there to really define what you wanted to define, you're going to go in here and click fields. As long as it's a residential property that you're doing, you want to click that. And then it allows you to get in here and actually choose the fields you want. Now you'll notice the same stuff that was in there: area, zoning, bank owned, subdivision, property subtype. Now let's say we wanted some more stuff in there. We want property type. We want that to be on the left-hand side column. And we also want fireplaces total. So I'm going to save this property type layout. Now, let me go back into designs, or I'm sorry, preferences, save links, create, pick a search page. We're going to do the advanced search page again. Next step. Now notice the stuff that we just added: fireplaces total, property type. Those are now added to your page. So if you really wanted to, say I have to have 3 fireplaces in this predefined search that I wanted to, you'll be able to select that criteria here. Now once you've created that, SEO type page stuff again. We're going to call this demo. What were we calling this one? Demo search page. Hello. All right. So we're going to go in here. We're going to save and create another link. I keep doing that. I should just go to save and manage links, but we're going to go back here to manage now. Open our community. Preview the link. Bam. Oh. Also, I wanted to show you this. So if we go in there into the community, you can see how this is laid out. You can change that if you like by going into designs, pages. Then you go down here to results. These are all your default IDX broker pages. You go in here to results. You'll notice these different edit buttons. You want to edit under the layout. And now you'll notice the one that we have selected has a list there. There's a lot of different views here if you wanted to. So select the one you like. Let's say we activated this one. Activated now. Now when we go back in to pages, excuse me, to our saved link here. And now you'll notice the grid format. So there's a couple different options in there. You'll always be able to change the look and layout, and no matter what, you can always add custom CSS into your widgets and things like that as well. So if you wanted to, you can put the CSS in here. We can edit the link. Advanced link customization, lead registration, preferences, things like that. Or again, you can go back in there and just change the CSS if you'd like. Okay, we're going to open the floor. If you guys have any questions, Jeff True is in there right now answering anything, and let him have it. While you go ahead and let your questions fire away, I'm going to go ahead and just give you one more thing. Just a couple of tips I've ran across on the internet for hyperlocal marketing, and I thought it really made sense, some of these things. So I'm going to share 7 or 10 of these with you, whatever it ends up being. So share each week's homes that have sold. Take your own pictures so that you're not in any violations, and post the pictures along with the sold prices, unless you're in a non-disclosure area. To reach a new home that comes on the market, take pictures, pick a feature you especially like, and share it in a blog post. Include an IDX link available of properties for that week in the post. Share each week's homes that are now on the market. Take your own pictures so you can put pictures in your blog post, but share an IDX link to the available homes in that neighborhood so that you're in compliance. Share about all the common areas in the neighborhood. Take a ton of pictures, take video, and use lots of descriptive words. It's great for SEO. Interview neighbors and ask them what they love about the neighborhood. Make sure to get written releases so you can share their comments or videos in blog posts about the neighborhood. It's invaluable. This stuff is great. Have contests. Neighborhood nominated, best landscaping, best holiday decorations, most inviting front porch, etc. Meet your participants, take pictures, write blog posts. These people are going to tell others that you're an expert in this neighborhood, that you're always showing up and you're around. You know, you're involved in the community. So make sure that you check these guys up. Do a lot of video tours, short ones. Drive up and down a single street and video the entire drive. Do it multiple times a year so people can see what the neighborhood looks like through different seasons. Christmas is so important. If this is if it's a street that really does it up crazy, it's going to be beneficial for them to know about that. If they like that kind of thing, great. If they don't want 100,000 cars driving down their street during the wintertime, let them know that as well. Now, also, if you're focusing on a neighborhood that caters exclusively to, say, 55 and older, profile aspects that would be important, you know, walkability, wide streets, close to medical facilities, etc. Profile all of these things in videos and pictures and in your own words. Really, that's about the end of our webinar here. I'd like to thank you all for coming. We're going to have another webinar in 2 weeks, so please check in on our page. We have them all the time, and we try to put as much useful stuff in there as possible. Also, if you have any webinar requests, please send those to info@idxbroker.com. We're always happy to take those in, and maybe we can do something for you. Here's our contact information. Please reach out to us. There's 4 or 5 of us in the sales department. We're always happy to answer your questions, so give us a call, 800-421-9668. Again, if you have any other questions, please fire away right now. And you can also send us an email at info@idxbroker.com if you'd like to send some in later. Again, thanks guys for joining us, and we'll be in touch soon. Have a good one.